Good morning, each and every one. This is Bill the Geek broadcasting live from Mazatlan, Mexico. And happy 420 day, everybody. I hope everybody has their 420 supplies and they're ready to go. This is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel, and we make presentations about the joys of living in Mexico. We got a lot to cover today, a lot going on down here, as always, in lovely Mexico. It's so safe and tranquil down here, especially if you know just a little bit of Spanish. Let's see what's happening. Let's go over to the comment box and see who's in the house. I want to go right to Coco, who was in the house like an hour ago. That's funny. But it looks like everything is good. It looks like everything is good this morning. We got electricity. We have high-speed internet. I have my flute on the internet, direct external connection, so it shouldn't move around. The computers are working. It looks like the camera is working today. Everything's good down here. It's getting warmer here in Mazatlan. Every day it gets a little bit warmer. So right now it's probably maybe 70 degrees. In fact, it was foggy this morning. Couldn't see across the street, but the sun has burned through the clouds. We got a new camera set up working. Here's camera 2. Yeah, we got a new camera set up. So this is going to be fun. I haven't done this camera before. But anyway, we got a map of Mexico if anybody has any questions. If you are new here, feel free to say what you want to say. Be friendly and kind, of course. But ask any questions if you're new here. And if you like what you hear and what you experience, click that subscribe button. I don't know why, but we got like 24 subscribers yesterday. We're headed to 20,000. We're at 11,000. We're trying to get to 20,000 subscribers. Let's see who showed up here. Let me go down here to comments. We got Steven. We got Helen in the house. Yo, Helen, good morning. It's smoking. Good morning, Helen Steppen. How you doing this morning? All right, let's go to the other camera. Let's try this. Good morning, Stephen. Have a lovely light. Ooh, had snow. That's hilarious. Char's in the house. I hope everyone is doing well. Dave James is in the house from Port Angeles, Washington. And look who's here. Pretty boy, Brian Maiden. I kind of like this new camera setup because I can look at the messages and I can see me at the same time. Coco, good all day. Crazy Boy Radio is in the house. Even Mary Jane is here. My new neighbor in Morelia is here. I almost forgot today was Saturday. Yeah, it's Saturday, dude. Good morning, Liston Henry. Bill, you sound well, good, and looking good as well, always. So what is the secret? I think my longevity secret might be my walk that I do. I've been exercising since I was 19, but it's just regular exercise and a halfway decent diet. I don't eat any sweets at all, other than I put sweet and low in my coffee. But I don't eat ice cream. I don't eat candy. I don't eat pie or cake. And then I only eat once a day. Pretty much I eat once a day. I do my 4-mile walk 5 days a week. That seems to be a good thing to do. And, just with a little teeny tiny bit of exercise, I feel good. I meditate after I walk. That makes me feel good. But I think that might be the key to longevity. Let's see what else is happening. We got Crapo. Dr. John is in the house. Good morning, Dr. John. breaking through the cloudy gray skies here in New Jersey. Woohoo! JLD, good morning from Lake Chapala. You look very refreshed today, Bill. Good. Are you taking care of yourself in beautiful Mexico? I'm doing what I can with what I got. We got a lot going on. Letitia, what's up, Letitia? Hello from Orlando. I have a client in Orlando, and I've been teaching him web design for like 14 years. His name is Lucky Meisenheimer. He's a dermatologist. So if you need some Botox, you need any kind of repair work on your body, you got some kind of funny, funky stuff growing on your skin, contact Doc Lucky Meisenheimer. I've been doing his websites for about 14 years. I meet with him tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. It's 8 a.m. Actually, it's 8:06 here in Mazatlan. She thinks, so she speaks. Bill and everyone watching from Charlotte this morning, sunny. Good for you, girl. You go. Ray, saludos from El Paso, Texas, and my home girl. Sun is finally out. Yay, I hope the weather gets warm and everybody's nice and cozy. Michelle, good morning, Bill, and all good people. And we only have good people that show up here to join us. It's early. It's only 6 minutes after the hour. We got 41 people in the house. People are clicking that like button, and that's a good thing. I had the pleasure last week of people, and Stephen Nathan knows this. People contact me and they say, "Hey, Bill, we're going to be in Mazatlan. You want to get together for lunch or dinner?" I don't do lunch or dinner with anybody. I always tell people, well, let's do breakfast. So I had the pleasure of hooking up with Verlaine. If you're in the house, Verlaine, say hello to everybody. But Verlaine and her boyfriend, I don't know if it's her boyfriend or her husband, Harry, we got together last Sunday morning, and we went to that place right there, the Best Western Hotel. If you're going to come visit Mazatlan, I would consider giving the Best Western. It's so surprising they have a Best Western in downtown Mazatlan. But we got together there at 9:00 at the buffet, and we had a really good time for breakfast. You can see that, and that place is right on the ocean. I mean, it's a little pricey, but she got a discount. She told me that if you join the Best Western group, you get like a 10% discount or something like that. But we sat right there. We had breakfast in their dining room on the first floor, and here is our view. There are our napkins and our plates, and you can see the ocean right there. As we sat there and we talked and we enjoyed each other's company. They're from Canada. They live in La Paz. They're ready to get out of La Paz. Here's Verlaine right here. Hola, Verlaine. Hola. And there's the dining room right there. And here is her wonderful partner, Harry. Harry is a real trip. They're both real trips, but we had a great time sitting there watching the ocean, enjoying one another's conversation. It was a really, really good time. I tell you what, if you come to Mexico, and you go to a breakfast buffet, beware, baby. It is not like the breakfast buffet in the United States. Not at all. I mean, you may as well talk about being in a foreign country. Yeah, it's like you're in a foreign country. Yeah, no, 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 no. I mean, I'm from Ohio. You got biscuits and gravy, bacon and eggs. You know, potato stuff and cereal. No, not in Mexico. That is not a breakfast buffet in Mexico. You go to a breakfast buffet in Mexico and you're looking around trying to figure out, well, what is this? They got like 10 containers of food and you open each one. You say, what's that? What's this? They had, what was it? They had scrambled eggs. Yeah, scrambled eggs is good. Okay, I can do scrambled eggs. But in the scrambled eggs, they had hot dogs. I'm serious, man. They'd chop up hot dogs and put them in the scrambled eggs. Nah, I ain't eating no hot dogs in my scrambled eggs. I don't think so. Aquilia something. They had a lot of that. Oh man, it was like, and it was kind of an expensive buffet. But if you're staying at the Best Western, the buffet daily is included with your food. But if you come if you come down here, beware. If you go to a all you can eat, you won't be eating much when you start looking around and see what kind of food there is for a breakfast buffet. It's like, what do y'all do for breakfast? What is that? What is it? That's all I can say. Okay, I'm getting behind here. Let's see what's going on. Ola Dexter. Good morning from sunny Jacksonville, Florida. I've driven through Jacksonville many a time. I haven't stopped there. Kathleen Rodriguez, good morning from San Antonio, Texas. Me and my husband are planning to Colima, Mexico for retirement in 1 to 2 years. So excited. Good for you, girl. I did a video on Colima. I don't know if you've seen it, but there's a tour guide there, and her name is Lucy. And Lucy took me around Colima for 2 full days. Colima has a lot to offer. Population is about 163,000 people. There are volcanoes there. A lot of times the volcanoes are active. You can see smoke coming out of them and stuff like that. Beautiful architecture. Now, Lucy, she's Canadian, but she's lived in Mexico for 20 years. She speaks French, English, and Spanish. But her name is Lucy. If you can find my videos about Colima, Colima is about, I'm going to say about 10 minutes from a town called Comala. And Comala, she lives in Comala. She doesn't live in Colima. And I really liked Comala. And the prices for rent and all that kind of stuff were unbelievable. Let's see what Pretty Boy's talking about. That video did with that lady from Michigan was very enjoyable. Thank you very much. We have some clips. We did that video. We did that interview on Tuesday of this week, and that's with Savvy. We did that video this week with Savvy, and we got some clips here, Brian. Her name is Savvy Jones, and she's from Michigan. I got a ton of views from that video. Let's see. We got a little bit of it here. Let's see what's going on. We did a one-on-one interview with her. Let me look here. And she just opened a bed and breakfast right near Chapala in this beautiful place. I'm going to put up a video that's her attorney there That's the grand opening right there of her bed and breakfast. And I'm going to put up a full video on her bed and breakfast tomorrow. I will be putting up these clips. It's a beautiful building, and it's about 10 minutes drive from Chapala in a town called San Nicolas Ibarra. I've done a video of that also. But like if you're having a retreat, you just want to get away, this place, it's a bit of a drive to Ajijic, maybe 20 minutes. But you can see, I haven't put this video up. This video will go up first thing in the morning, and she'll tell you all about the bed and breakfast. Not that. How about this? Yeah, there she is right there. Savvy Soul Jar. Savvy Soul Jar. And there it is. Vista del Lago. It's a beautiful place right across the street from Lake Chapala. Lake Chapala is the largest lake in Mexico. And there she is right there. Savvy Jones, Chief Operating Officer. But we will put that video up first thing in the morning tomorrow. It's in the can. It's ready to go. Let's see. Let's go back over to this camera over here. See what's happening with this. Let's see what. Oh, and look, somebody is actually contributing to the channel so I can pay my rent. Thank you, homegirl from my hometown, Ms. Matthews. Thank you so much for contributing to the channel so that I can keep my computers on, drink my coffee, do my 420 thing, which I don't do anymore. I used to do the 420 thing every day when I was in college. It was like it was like a habit. Yeah, I guess you would call me a junkie. Every day was 420 day for me. I don't see how I got out of college, actually. At Dartmouth College, I was 420 24/7. They should have renamed the holiday 24/7. Why am I talking about that? But anyway, thank you very much, Ms. Matthews, for contributing to the channel. Dexter, my family, and I will be moving to Mazatlan in August. Oh my, you're coming when it is going to be hot as hell. That's why I'm moving. Woo, I hope you like the heat, man. Hey, don't let me put a damper on your thrill. But man, it's going to be hot as a mofo. Mofo. Yeah. But welcome to Mazatlan. I'm leaving. I'm out of here July 4th. I'm going to Morelia. Well, I went to Morelia, I think, last year. I was there on August 25th. And it was in Mazatlan, it was hot as a mofo. And for you people that ain't got no if you haven't been hanging out with soul brothers and sisters, you might not know what mofo means. But look it up in the soul brother dictionary, and you'll see what mofo means. Okay, but it's a term you can't say on YouTube. But it was hot as a mofo. August 25th, I went to Morelia. I was shooting video. I left my hotel at 7:30 in the morning, August 25th, 7:30. I went outside and it was chilly. I had to go back in the hotel and put on 2 hoodies. That's why I'm out of here July the 4th. Matt Brazelton, good morning, Bill, and everyone still in Oregon, but coming back soon. How old is that lifeguard sweatshirt? Now the funny thing, Matt, and I'm glad to see you here, Matt, because I want to say something about Ajijic. That sweatshirt that you're talking about. I have no clue. I bought that thing. Let's see what year is this? Maybe about 5 years ago. And I bought it, Matt, at the Tianguis in Chapala. And Matt lives in Ahihi when he's not in Oregon, but in Chapala every Monday they have this big, I guess you could call it a bazaar, a street fair. It's like 15 blocks long, and I bought that. It's a red hoodie. It's in really good shape, high quality. I bought that thing for $3 about 5 years ago. And people come up and ask me, "Are you a lifeguard? Have you been to Newport Beach?" Yeah, I've been there. But I'm glad that Matt is here because it reminds me that last Wednesday was tax day, April 15th. And it made me think of Matt. So what I had to do, I don't have a printer here at the crib, to print papers. So I went to, about a week before then, I went to I went to Office Depot, had all my tax documents printed out, brought them back to the crib, filled them out. And then on Monday, I went to DHL to mail the documents in. And it cost me like $60, but that way they send them, if they got them or not. It only takes 2 days for the IRS to get my documents. It's just peace of mind. I file every year. I've got all my tax returns right here in the house. Funny thing is, I've got my senior citizens discount card, and I asked the lady at DHL if they would give me a discount with my senior citizen discount card. And yes, if you go to DHL and show them your Mexico senior citizen discount card, then they will give you a 15% discount on sending the stuff. The thing is, they had a special going on, so I got a 30% discount, which was cool. But the reason, Matt, that I'm talking about this, and in a place in Ahihi, it's called Super Lake. And at Super Lake, they have all the weird stuff that you can't get at a lot of stores, grocery stores in Mexico. They have all the cereals that you forgot about. All the after you've lived here a while, you just don't see certain. They have Miracle Whip. They have real butter from Costco. They have Costco toilet paper, Costco paper towels, maple syrup. They've got all that stuff. But the reason I'm bringing this up is that on the main drag in Ahihi, there's Super Lake, but right across the alley from Super Lake, there's a do everything mail shop. You can get a post office box there. They have DHL, FedEx. There's another service, an American next day service. But the great thing about I forget the name. I've been there a million times. It's got some weird name, but they also have the United States Postal Service there. So while I paid like $60 to use DHL, if you're anywhere in Mexico and you can find a place, they might have DHL and Federal Express, and they'll have the United States Postal Service. Well, you can get an overnight sent for about $10, maybe $5 to $10. It takes 10 days, but you get a tracking number and it's going to get to where you want it to go. I haven't found that here in Mazatlan yet. I haven't looked for it, but I haven't found it. I just went to DHL because I just know where it is and what they do. There's another part of that story that I think I'm forgetting about. But anyway, filed my taxes, and Matt, you just reminded me to bring that up. Jamie and I have been talking like bad. He had a little relationship situation, and I can relate to him because I just had a relationship situation kind of like him. Oh yeah, it got dirty. I think him and me could get together and make a movie about our relationships. What happens when things don't go quite the right way. David, man, I do. Oh, biscuits and gravy. And David, uh, I know you're. What are you from, Louisville? But in Ohio, that's the headquarters for Bob Evans restaurants. David, you've been to Bob Evans? They have Bob Evans. They're all over Ohio. And it's like country Appalachian kind of food, biscuits and gravy and everything greasy. What, the biscuits are greasy, and then you throw some greasy gravy on the greasy biscuits and eat that with some greasy bacon and sausage and everything nice and greasy. It tastes good, but you eat that stuff every day, man, you're gonna have problems. Yeah. She thinks, so she speaks. Breakfast in Mexico is definitely different. Oh yeah. Yeah, it is, man. I choose to cook my own. The Mexican version of smoked breakfast sausage is like the hot dogs you described. Just make your breakfast at home. She thinks, so she speaks. You hit that dead on. Before you go to breakfast. Oh yeah, we wanted bacon. Verlene wanted bacon. Her husband, boyfriend, whatever, Harry, I wanted bacon. So yeah, we could order it. So we order the bacon. They cooked it. It took like 45 minutes. By the time we got the bacon, it was time to go. And it was like, they didn't even cook it. It was like, we should have told them, well, we want ours cooked like medium. They brought the bacon out. It was like raw bacon. Yeah, beware. Thank you, Maya. I learned, you've been here many a time. I got to learn how to say your name, girl. We got good morning, everyone, from Katrina the Maker. Happy to see you in the house. She commented on the video that I did with Savvy that we put up Thursday, and thanks for commenting. Did you get a place in Morelia yet? Yes, I did. In fact, now I didn't say this, but I put up a video on the eclipse. About 10 days ago, and there's a guy in the video. His name is Carlos, and he came here from Morelia, got on a bus, took the bus all night, got here. I met him at the bus station at like 9:15. He was on the bus for like 14 hours. Picked him up at the bus station. We went right to see the eclipse. He is in that video. I didn't say it in the video, but he is actually my new landlord in Morelia. So, yeah, I've got a new place. It's a little bigger than this place. It's 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. It's 2-story, fully furnished. I'll be paying $500 a month. $500 a month. I'm going to save about $300+ a month. But yeah, I got my new place. I'm ready to go. He offered me to send some luggage back with him. I wasn't quite ready to do that yet. Matt, I ship in San Antonio. Matt, oh, okay. I don't know. And when he says San Antonio, I don't think he's talking about Texas. Right between Chapala and Ajijic, there's a place called San Antonio. You may as well just call it Ajijic. I'm going to bet in 50 years, Chapala, San Antonio, and Ajijic will all be one big place, I bet. JLD, the postal shop near Super Lake. That's it. That's it. GLD. You hit it right on the head. Eyes shop. Nice place. And I'm going to say that almost everybody that works in that place is a Mexican, but they all speak English. Brian Maiden. Never heard of biscuits and gravy? You've been in Canada too long. Come on down to Ohio. Go to Ohio. Hit Bob Evans. Biscuits and gravy. It's greasy. They give you a bowl. And it's a pretty big bowl. Yeah, it's a big bowl. And first they put in Bob Evans. They have delicious biscuits. And so they put a biscuit, one of their big, greasy, buttery, nice. They're good. The biscuits are great all by themselves. They're hot. So you put that in a bowl, and then you get some greasy gravy. And they put that all over the biscuit. And many people I've seen, I used to go there for breakfast with the people that I would work with at a corporation. And there was this one guy there. His name was Ted Cedergren. He was like 6'5". We're in there in our suits and ties at Bob Evans. And he would eat the biscuits and gravy. And then he would order a full breakfast, like hot cakes, bacon and eggs, all of that. But yeah, Brian, for those of you that have not had Bob Evans biscuit and gravy, it's worth a try. Catalina, what part of Mazatlan do you live? Well, let me think about it. Let me think. What part of Mazatlan do you live? Just so happens I have this lovely map of Mazatlan right here. And let's see what's showing up on the screen. Yeah, okay. So let's move this up a little bit. Let's zoom out just a little bit. So you can see El Centro. Let's see. I got to move this around so I can see what you're seeing. Yeah, you right above your name, Catalina, you can see El Centro. And if you come up the coast, you can see Sabalo country. This is where I live. I live in Sabalo country. And that's about a 15-minute drive from El Centro. And the Sabalo country is right next to the marina of Mazatlan. I walk through the marina 5 days a week. I walk by all the boats and everything on the marina. It's a beautiful community. The only thing I don't really appreciate is that everything where I live is pretty much new. And when I say new, it's maybe 50 years old or newer than that. When you get to El Centro, you have buildings down there that are 300, 400, 500 years old. I don't know how old the cathedral is, probably from the 1500s. So that's like almost 600 years old. So this is like an extension of Mazatlan, though my mailing address is a Mazatlan address. So I live in Sabalo country, which is on the northern tip of Mazatlan. Let's see what's happening now. David. Yep. There you go. Yeah. Bob Evans had several locations in Louisville, but they closed most of them right before we left for Mexico. Bob Evans was happening. Bob Evans was the place to be if you liked Greece. And you go into Bob Evans and then Dave, tell me if this isn't true, But you go into Bob Evans, everybody in Bob Evans was fat as a mofo. Fat as a mofo. Yeah, and you guys got to look up what mofo means in the Soul Brother Dictionary if you don't know what it means thus far. Now let's go to Jamie. Well, Bill, I am a filmmaker. Let's make a film on how to deal with your ex. Catalina, why are you leaving Mazatlan? I'm going to say Mazatlan. When I first got to Mazatlan on a tour, I fell in love with Mazatlan, and Mazatlan is great. I think it's a way better place to live than Puerto Vallarta, though I enjoyed Puerto Vallarta for 10 years. I think Mazatlan has more culture. I think that the people are better educated here than Puerto Vallarta. Mazatlan is a fabulous place, but it's it's a magnet for Canadians. Canadians have been coming to Mazatlan for decades and decades. And I've met so many fabulous Canadian people. My building is filled with Canadians, but it's so touristy that the prices are going up, and it's hot as hell in the summertime. I'll say it again. I said this earlier in the broadcast. So anyway, I went to Morelia, and I just something just hit me. It said, you got to live here, man. You got to. And Morelia just gave me a vibe. The population of Morelia is about 3 times that of Mazatlan. They have 8 universities or more there. They have a lot of industry there. I just fell in. And I'm going to say there are like 0 tourists in Morelia. So I didn't see any Canadians or Americans the week that I was there. I liked that. And it's a lot less expensive than Mazatlan. So there you go. Why am I moving away? Why am I leaving Mazatlan? I'm going to say once I'm going to pay half as much in rent. In the summertime, I can go outside and walk around and not die. And it's not touristy. There are 3 reasons that I'm leaving Mazatlan. Matt, iShip is the name of the shop. Thank you so much, Matt. iShip. And it's right next door, kind of, sort of, to oh my God, Super Lake in Ajijic. If you're in the Ajijic, Chapala, San Antonio, even Jocotepec area, iShip is a very handy spot. Sorry, iShop is what I should have said. Thanks, GLD. JLD? Okay, well, we're going to get it here soon. I always enjoyed Bob Evans. I used to go when I lived in Pittsburgh. I called it Bobby E's for short. Okay, whatever. Jacqueline is in the house. Buenos dias, Memo a todo. Gracias a ti. Gracias a ti. Oh, man, we got so much going on in here. And look who has popped in. Earthly Color Brown. Hola, ¿cómo está? ¿Todo bien aquí? ¿Todo bien? Solo viviendo aquí en Mazatlan. Voy por mi ropa. Después entonces voy a tiendas. Voy a comprar cosas. Tengo 5 tiendas. Yo voy a ver las chicas y tal vez tengo suerte. Tal vez un poquito huchi-cuchi más tarde. Sí. Muy bien. Sí. Now, también, we got a super sticker from Jacqueline and GDL supporting the channel. Thank you very much, Jacqueline, for supporting the channel. Yeah, that'll help me pay the rent. If we had more people supporting the channel, maybe I would just move to a different place in Mazatlan in El Centro and just pay more rent if I had a little more people supporting the channel. Now, we got 75 people in the house. 34 people have clicked the like button. Thank you very much. Now, good morning, everyone. Sorry I'm late, but excited to be here. And Lenora Wilson, we are excited to have you here. Now, another thing I want to bring up today is I've been in this apartment for about 22 months now. And I got rid of my car almost a year ago. So I walk everywhere. And when I first got here, I used to go to Walmart and I'd buy everything at Walmart because I didn't know where anything was. But right next to the place where I do my laundry or I get my laundry done, there's a meat. It's a meat shop, and they have all the meat. Pork, beef, chicken. They don't have any fish. Right next to the meat shop, I'm sorry, there's a fresh fish shop right next to the meat shop. And then about 3 blocks away from there, there's a vegetable shop. I get fresh vegetables, and they have some fresh baked Mexican bread. So, okay, now for me, the rule of thumb is if I'm running out of toilet paper, and I've shown you guys this toilet paper before, Cottonelle, Kleenex Cottonelle. This is my toilet paper of choice. This toilet paper is the bomb. I mean, it is the bomb. And look, it's XL, extra large. Extra large. I love Cottonelle. So my rule of thumb is if I'm running short on toilet paper, if I have less than 4 rolls of these in the house, then it's time to go to Walmart. But I just found another place while I'm walking around, and it's called Farmacia Guadalajara. And they have Farmacia Guadalajara all over Mexico. Farmacia, of course, means pharmacy. So mainly they're a pharmacy. I'm going to say Farmacia Guadalajara. It's a good place to know when you come to Mexico. It's almost like a CVS. So you can go there and get all your drugs, your prescription drugs. But then they have toilet paper like this. You can't, they only have this at Walmart. Walmart has it. But Farmacia Guadalajara is a good place to go. So this is a big reason that I don't have to go to Walmart anymore. And the other reason, one of my newest markets that I just found, I was running out of coffee. And the only kind of coffee that I drink now, I used to buy my coffee at Costco. I used to get Costco's French blend beans, and that's the only coffee that I use for about 8 years. I get the beans at Costco. Let me think about this. That was when I was in Guadalajara. And then I left Guadalajara. They didn't have Costco in Chapala. But Super Lake, that me and Matt were talking about, Super Lake, they sell Costco coffee. So that was cool. But when I'm here in Mazatlan, they don't have Costco. So I started drinking this coffee. Merino Coffee, and their headquarters is here in Mazatlan. I've seen the factory. This is some bad crap, I'm going to say, because I don't want to cuss and burst anybody's bubble. I'd say bad something else that starts with an S, but it is the bomb. And notice that this is the traditional version. They have a high test version also that'll knock your socks off. I bought some of that by accident. I almost had a heart attack. It was not good. But anyway, at one of the other little tiendas that I go to, and tienda just means small market. And I'm talking a market on my walk that I've made they have a lot of stuff that I can buy in there. And one of them is Moreno coffee. They sell this at Walmart. So I now, after walking around for 20 months, I found about 5 little places that can take care of all of my shopping needs without, also you start to substitute American stuff with local stuff, except for my Kleenex Continental toilet paper. Okay. And of course, I've talked about this before, but Mexican toilet papers are like half the width of American toilet paper. I don't know what the toilet paper is like in Canada, Brian Maiden. You have to tell us about that. But in Mexico, the toilet paper is it's so small that your hands it's so small that your hands can you're holding it little papers like this big little roll. It's I can't describe it. I need regular big sheet toilet paper. Okay, that's important for me. Okay, I guess I talked about that enough. I feel better. I feel like I got something off of my chest. But anyway, I don't even have to go to Walmart. There's no reason for me to go to Walmart. And that's the beauty of living in a pedestrian community. When that's what I like about Mexico, not having a car, walking maybe 3 or 4 blocks, walking another block and just stop here and there, get all your stuff. You get to know all the owners, you know their names. The lady working at the meat shop, her name is Lenora. And speaking of people that you meet at shops, but this coffee, they sell it at Walmart, but they sell it at my other shop. And there's a Mexican guy where there's 2 people working there. They have a young guy that works there like on Mondays and Tuesdays, and then Elba works there the rest of the time. Okay, Elba. But okay, so Lenora is my meat shop lady. Alejandra is my clothes cleaning lady. Elba is my other lady. But at Elba's shop, there's this young guy who speaks English in there. I mean, they only have one person working in the store at a time. This guy, I forget his name, but we're talking English because he wanted to. And I said, how did you learn English? And it made me think of you guys. But this guy, he looks like he's maybe 25 years old. He said, well, what I did was I started watching movies that were in English. So I would turn the subtitles on. The subtitles are in Spanish. So I would watch the movie, listen to the English, and watch the subtitles. And then I would watch the movie again without the subtitles to see if I could understand what the people were saying. And he said that he did this once a day over the period of a couple of years. And that's how he learned English. And his English was very good, but he didn't go to school for it. But I thought that may be of some assistance to people that are thinking, I know Brian Maiden is studying his Spanish. Everybody in the house wants to increase their Spanish skills. But anyway, that is how the Mexican young boy did it. I'm off on a tantrum now. Okay, Miss Sam. Hola, Miss Sam. Hola, my people. That's funny. My people. Buenos dias. Hola to you, girl. Laughing out loud. Fat as a mofo. Yeah, fat as a mofo. Yep, exactly. Luis. Hola, Luis. Luis watches a lot of my videos, and he always leaves a comment. And if for those of you out there, when you watch a video, please click the like button, and if you have a comment, please leave a comment like Luis does. That helps our YouTube algorithm. That helps YouTube get the video out to more people. When you click the like button and leave a comment, even if you just say hi, just like that. Thank you. Oh, let's see. What is your average electric invoice per month? In the wintertime, okay, what's this, April? Let me think about this. Okay, okay. On the 1st of April, I paid for 2 months of electricity, and that was for March and February. And that invoice was for 1,200 pesos, which was about $60 for 2 months. So now in the winter, that's like $30 a month. Now in the summer here in Mazatlan, when I was in Chapala, it was probably about $20 to $30 a month all year. But last year it was so hot and humid, Luis, that I mean, in the summertime, I had the air conditioner on like all the time, cranked up high to survive. So I think the highest electric bill last summer was about 1,600 pesos, which would be about $80, $90. And that was with the electricity cranked up hard. But you know, where I'm living now, in this room, I have an air conditioning unit. In the little bedroom, I've got a separate unit. So, and in another room, I got a separate unit. So the great thing is if I leave this room and I'm going to bed, then I turn this one off and go in there and turn that one on. So anyway, that is the electricity situation. That's pretty affordable. Listen to ancestors, Brother Bill, if they are speaking to you. Okie dokie. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, listen to the voices. That's why I meditate also. I've been meditating on and off since I was like 19. And quieting the mind is the way that you can hear the voices you really need to hear that will give you good tips. Morelia or Merida or San Luis Potosi for accounting permanent locations for residency. I haven't been to Merida. I haven't been to Merida yet. But everyone I've talked to has told me that it is hot and humid all year. And that's for that reason, they're off my list to even visit. I'm going to visit there once I get into central Mexico, which Morelia is. Then I will visit. I will make a video, hopefully in the wintertime. Hopefully it's not that as hot and humid in the wintertime. I know people that live there. I've interviewed people. I've done videos on people that live there. They love Morelia, Merida. They love it. Cost of living is supposed to be good. I have lived in San Luis Potosi. That's the first place I lived in Mexico when I was 19 years old. It was wonderful. But given what I've seen, what I've heard, where I have visited, for me, Morelia is my place of choice today. But then again, 3 years ago, Mazatlan was my place of choice. So, but after visiting so many places in Mexico, I've only learned how fabulous Mexico on the whole is. And the more I see, the more I'm inclined to pick any one place. And I was just thinking yesterday evening that I'm never going to buy anything that I can't pick up and carry for a mile. I'm not going to buy a couch. I'm not going to buy a TV. I'm not going to buy a car. Anything that can't fit in 2 suitcases, I'm not buying. Because when it's time to go, it's time to go. I just want it to be so I just grab a couple of suitcases and I go. So I'm going to go to Morelia, check it out. But once I'm in Morelia, that puts me close to so many other Mexico places that I haven't been to. I may fall in love with some other place. There you go. Ha, ha, ha. Okay. Mary Jane, it was 90 degrees at times this week in Morelia. 90 degrees, but there's no humidity, I bet. And Dave is in the house. Tell us, Dave, I bet there's no humidity. That's the difference. I've been in Phoenix when it's 117 degrees in Phoenix, dry heat. And then the next week I was in Columbus, Ohio. It was 90 degrees, hot and humid. It was way worse than 117 in Phoenix. And look who is here but Verlaine. We opened the show talking about you and your man. Yeah, this is how we opened the show, talking about how you and I and Harry got together at the Best Western last Sunday, and we had a great time. And I showed everybody where we ate at the Best Western and our view from the table and we talked about breakfast and Mexican food. So you missed all of that, Verlaine. Okay, let's see. Where are we now? Uh-oh, I think I missed something. I think I scrolled down to there we go, right there. Click the button, subscribe, and share. Mr. Bill, thank you so much for the advertising. Thank you very much. Oh, wow, so many things are going on. Miss Sam. Miss Sam lives in Morelia. 0 tourists are here. I love it here. Every morning I have to pinch myself to see if all this is real. I'm telling you, man, for you people sitting on the edge of your couch thinking about, well, do I want to stay in the United States or Canada? I mean, and for you, I swear to God, I've been here almost 20 years. I can't imagine if I waited till I was like 65. No. If you're young and you work online, bring your butt right on down here. You will not regret it. Come on down. Woohoo! Now let's see what else is going on. Yeah, see, that's right. I like my TPXL. Yes, I do. What? You're advertising for free? Hell no. Don't sell yourself short. Corporations are heartless. Bottom line only. Okay. That part, Sam, no free. That's right. Okay. 80 folks here. Wow, right on. Yeah, with 41 likes. Yeah, click that like button, donate. Yes, Mary Jane, it's very hot during the day. I do stuff before 10 a.m., after 5, and after 5 in the evening. And that's the way it was in Chapala. And Matt, correct me if you think this is wrong, but when I lived in Guadalajara and Chapala, Ajijic, you can throw a rock pretty much at Guadalajara. It's only like 45 miles away. Guadalajara, it would be 95 degrees most days. It'd be 95 degrees. But unless you're out in the sun doing push-ups on the sidewalk, you don't break a sweat, and you don't go outside. You don't go out in the sun at noon. But everybody's house is made out of cement, so it's going to be cool in the evening. That's going to cool your house. So if you're in your house, it's going to be nice and cool all the time. I love San Luis Potosi. I had a great time there. I had a great time in San Luis Potosi, and the experience was so wonderful. That's what gave me the idea. I was there on a college program for 9 weeks. I lived with a Mexican family for 9 weeks. I fell in love with San Luis Potosi. And once I started making money online, and I said, wow, Bill the Geek, you can live anywhere in the world. Or the first thing that came to my mind as far as, well, where do you want to live? I said, I can live in Mexico. It was the first thing that came to my mind. Let's see what else is happening. Too much information. I'm just telling you. Hey, I'm telling you, you come down here to Mexico, you get that little the toilet paper for midgets. I don't like it. All right, let's see. Bill, can you flush the toilet paper down the commode? Okay, now this is interesting. I've been here almost 20 years. Every apartment I have lived in for 20 years, you could flush the toilet paper with no problem. Mazatlan. Oh yeah, no, and here I flush like a bandit. I'm flushing all the time. Flush. No problem. But in downtown Mazatlan, you can go into exquisite restaurants, and you go into the bathroom, and they'll have a little sign up there: do not flush the toilet paper down the toilet. And I think it's because these buildings are like 300, 400, 500 years old. They don't have the plumbing systems that will allow even Mexican toilet paper to go through the tubes. So they have a special trash can in the toilet, in the bathroom, for you to put your used toilet paper in. And I had a neighbor in Chapala, and she just moved from some other South American country. She had built a brand new house. We were both living in brand new houses. And when I moved into that house, she asked me, can we flush the toilet paper here? I said, yeah, man, yeah, knock yourself out. You can do it all day. But everywhere I've lived for 20 years, I could flush the toilet with toilet paper. Woo! Okay, don't patronize Stuff Mart to be a blessing to locals. So anticipating fresh foods, fresh juice, too much meats, but the restaurants I'm excited eat pesticide free, and that is that's another thing. Pretty much, if you stay out of the grocery stores, which is not hard at all to do, all of your vegetables, for those of us that eat animals, I eat some animals. For those of us that eat animals, all that stuff is right from the farm. I don't know what the pesticide story is. I don't know if small farmers use pesticides down here. I have no clue, but it's all good down here. I'm watching this live on 3 different devices, and they are all out of sync. Why is that? I have no clue. No clue. Yes, it's called Learning Language Acquisition Immersion, and I watch all of my streaming platforms in English, speaking with Spanish subtitles. Good job. And if you have that favorite music that you like, listen to it in Spanish. Lenora Wilson. I had someone make that suggestion to me to learn Spanish was to watch movies I'm familiar with and listen to it in Spanish. And look who's here. It's Pochita. Pochita is in the house. Good morning, Mexico. It's great to be here. Pochita is in the house. And Pochita, check this out. Check this out, girls. Now, here are my notes. Here are my notes. And look at what this one says at the very top of the page. Pochita. I got it written down here so I don't mess your name up. I've been waiting on you, girl. Mary Jane got big snow in Denver. So looking forward to moving south. I tell you what, you will not miss the snow. No, no, no. It's great to be here with you. Our saludos from Texas. That means hi. I also listen to Banda Radio, so the various callers in the show allow me to hear their accents. Dialogues, words, teaching myself Spanish by acquisition. Very good. Coco Mango, does anyone here know anything about Veracruz or Oaxaca? Thanks. Once I move to Morelia, that it's on my map. I'm going there for sure. I will be exploring that area. And we got Doc in the house. Hey, Bill, just checking in from Atlanta. Great to have you here, Doc. I hail from Houston, Texas, currently in Alaska. Long story, but think it could work in either of those locations. Or when it's hot or humid, just wear less and less. Yeah, whatever. Anna Titan, what's up? Anna, hola, Bill, and amigos de Anna de Reno. And Anna's going to come down and stay with her mother, I believe, in Ajijic very shortly. Ray Garcia, I loved Huatuco, Huaxca. Yeah, I'm going to learn. Somebody beat me down a few weeks ago about not being able to pronounce all of these Mexican names, but many of these Mexican names are not Spanish, okay? So I'll be working on it. Yep, I can learn. Terry Don Marshall. Hola, Bill. It's a beautiful day in Baltimore. Great to hear it. Great to hear it, girl. We got to talk sometime soon. Jacqueline, has anyone received their temporary visa? And with all the fees, etc., like transportation, hotels, consultant fees, what was your total cost? That's a very good question. Oh, your travel. Oh, well, whatever. Good luck with that one. Good luck, Jack. I'm going to say, what? For your immigration attorney, you're going to spend maybe, what? 5,000 to 7,000 pesos, and that's going to include the fee for the actual visa. But then with your hotel stay, transportation. Oh, okay. So to your immigration attorney, with the fee for the actual visa, that's going to be about what, $350, about that. Then it's just airfare and hotel and your taco cost. So I'm thinking $1,500 maybe. If you fly down from far, far away. So but the main fee is your immigration attorney. Your immigration attorney, and what else? Hotel and travel. Bill, was sunny. Oh, Bill has sunny twinkle eyes. Oh, isn't that sweet? Okay, let's see. Sorry, I slept in, girl. That's all right. You allowed. And Char, thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you guys for showing up. Thanks for just being here. Thanks for clicking the like button, and thanks for helping me pay my rent. I greatly appreciate it. Oh wow! I came here with 3-bathroom home freight with me, Mexico, 2 vehicles. No, man, that's just no. I don't want anything. I don't need anything except my computer and a couple of hoodies. Ola Bill, I would like to ask, why is the couple you met leaving La Paz? Well, and Verlaine, and Verlaine is in the house right now. Verlaine is in the house, and then T is asking, well, why are they leaving La Paz? I'm going to say, and we talked about that on Sunday. I think that they're leaving I think they're feeling a little bit landlocked. I told Verlaine I had cousins that lived and grew up in Hawaii. And after a while, they didn't like it. They moved to Hawaii from Connecticut. And I have an uncle that was in the Air Force, and he was a chef for 6 presidents on Air Force One. But they didn't like, it was like after many years on the islands, they just felt landlocked. And there's a lot of desert and sand. And then I think for Verlaine, it's time to go. Yeah, David said, yeah, I got up. It got up to about 95 the other day, but no humidity. It's really not that bad if you stay out of the sun. There you go. Yeah, it's going to be 95, but just stay the hell out of the sun. Jamie, thank you for contributing those 5 Canadian dollars. Have a Mexican beer on me. Thank you so much for contributing to the channel. Mary Jane, a friend of mine, is concerned that a single elderly female would be a target to violence and kidnapping. Yeah, are you serious? You know what, man? Oh, you got to put the video. You got to watch the video I just put up on Thursday with Sabby Jones. I don't even worry about crime. I lock my doors. I always watch my back, and I always look like I'm homeless. I wear this when I leave this apartment today. I don't wear this shirt unless somebody invites me over for dinner or something like that. Maybe if I have a date, I might put this shirt on. But when I walk to all these places I'm going to walk to, I'm going to put on some sweatpants, and I have a gray hoodie, and then I have some tennis shoes. I bought them on they're Air Jordan tennis shoes. I got them on Amazon, but they're size 11s, and I should have got size 12s. So they're a little too small. So I cut the toes off, and now they fit just fine. But it looks like homeless people's shoes. And every day I leave this place every day with those same sweatpants, with the same hoodie, with the homeless person shoes. I got a backpack that's like 12 years old. I look like a homeless person. I'm 67. Nobody's going to try to take my money. I look like I'm homeless. You come down here, you don't have to worry about no crime. The last place you want to live is the United States. That is the crime capital of the world. And I think I'm going to make a video. I think the next video, well, tomorrow I'm putting up a video about the bed and breakfast. But the next video, I think, is going to be about crime in Mexico, because somebody left me a message on one of the videos. Oh, but what about the cartel? And, I never really thought about it, but in the United States, you can find cocaine and heroin in any city in the United States. Those are two drugs that I don't have anything to do with, never have. But you can find cocaine, heroin, fentanyl, and opiates. What are those? 714s. You can find those all over the United States. Who's selling that? It's not Walmart's not selling it. Maybe a few Walmarts might sell it, but they don't tell you about it. But that's all cartel. That's the United States cartel throughout the United States. And if you're trying to get into their market and sell their heroin and cocaine, they'll kill you. That's what happens in Mexico. You don't. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They have a lot of kidnappings, but I think if you look for it on Google and say, well, how many people come up missing in Mexico? I think that figure is going to be about 60,000 to 100,000 people, but that's going to be over like a 3-year period. If you go to Google and do a search for how many people come up missing in the United States, I just did this search about 2 months ago. How many people come up missing in the United States per year? You're going to get a figure that comes up at 600,000 people. 600,000 people come up missing in the United States every year. That's why they used to have kids on those milk cartons. Remember that? I guess there are so many kids missing all the time now. They don't even have enough milk cartons to put it on. So all of that, well, I'm nervous. I'm an elderly lady. I'll come down. The cartel's going to kidnap me and take me away. No, that's not going to happen. Now, I must say though, that my cousin lives in Ajijic, and she used to be she's an artist, so she used to be a professor in Saudi Arabia at the first Saudi Arabian college for girls. So she met this photographer, this female photographer, this photographer used to be Mother Teresa's personal photographer. But okay, so where were we living? We were living in Chapala. Okay, so her friend had a white lady with blonde hair, pretty good looking. They went to Guadalajara, and they were on the plaza in Guadalajara, and this lady had on this gold chain. The photographer had on this big gold chain. Looked like it was worth like $10 million around her neck. Okay. So yeah, at 2:00 in the afternoon outside the cathedral in Guadalajara, 3 guys came up to her, pulled the gold chain off her neck, and it threw her to the ground. She hit her head. This is at 2:00 in the afternoon, broad daylight, in front of the main cathedral in downtown Guadalajara. And they ran off with her gold chain. Well, yeah, you come down here and you got like a $10 million ring on and your $10 million Rolex watch. You got big gold chain around your neck. You got on $500 Donald Trump tennis shoes. Yeah, people going to rob you here. Yeah. Just don't look. I know many millionaires down here. They walk around looking like they're homeless all the time. If you ever see any of Rob's videos, he's the owner of Reina Del Mar. I know he's a millionaire. If you look at him, he looks like he always wears these T-shirts that look like they're 85 years old, and his shorts look like he's had them for like 60 years, and his tennis shoes, it looks like, he's 60, he's like 63. He looks homeless. He's a millionaire. You know what? Whatever. Racism in the workplace has changed my life and that of my family, and so I am manifesting Mexico and ease. Not saying any one place is a paradise, yet I choose ease, fresh food, and family values. Right on with that. Good morning, Axel Foley in the house. Oh, yeah, you're like me, San Luis Potosi. It's a little too slow. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and that's the good thing about Mexico. There are so many wonderful places to choose from. Jacqueline, currently 90 plus in GDL until 9 p.m. inside my house and outside. Where are you living, girl? Need AC all day long. Now, I don't know where you live, man. You living in the wrong place because I lived there 4 or 5 years, and in the house I lived in, we'd never had AC. There was no AC in the house. And it would be 95 outside, but it was never hot in the house. Never, ever. Never, ever. Okay, let me check my list here. I know I have more to talk about. If you're new here, feel free to ask any questions or leave any comments. And if you're new here and if you like what you're hearing, feel free to click the subscribe button. I got more. What have I missed that's on my list? Oh, on a travel tip. My neighbor Pam next door, Pam's 74. Her mother is 90. Oh, speaking of elderly people living in Mexico, Pam's mother is 94, and she's been living here she's single. She's been living here in Mexico in Mazatlan for 30 years. Pam is 74. But anyway, Pam was taking a trip to Guadalajara. She planned her trip to take the bus to Guadalajara, and she booked her bus tickets online. So she gets online, she gives people her credit card numbers, all that kind of stuff, prints out her tickets, goes to the bus station, ends up the bus tickets were fake. That's funny. I look at the bus websites, and you can buy all that stuff online. I never buy bus tickets online. Never. You can just show up and give them the money. But it was all fake. She had to buy the tickets again. So beware. I don't really see a reason to buy bus tickets online up front. When I buy bus tickets, I go to the bus station like a week before I get my tickets. Not because I think the bus might be full, but because I'm going to use my senior citizen discount card and get 50% off. Now, the deal is with the the Mexico senior citizen discount card, when you're taking a bus, only so many people on the bus can use their card. So I don't know how many people fit on a bus. Let's say you can get 60 people on a bus. I think it's like if 5 people get there before you and use their card, then you can't use yours because they've hit their freebie limit or their discount limit. So anyway, so I go a week ahead of time, then I can use my card all the time, no problem. But also, if you're going to travel in Mexico, you always want to plan ahead. And when I say plan ahead, you want to check the calendar and check what are the Mexico national holidays. Because on those days, Mexicans aren't going to be working, and anything like travel, parks, hotels, beaches are just going to be wild and crazy because no Mexicans are going to be working unless they're working at Walmart or something like that, McDonald's, something like that. Yeah, for sure. Check your national holidays. Never book anything for a Sunday. I don't do anything. I don't leave the house on Sundays because and I tell you, the important thing about Mexicans are some of the hardest working people on the planet. Most Mexicans work 10 hours a day, except on Saturday. Usually they work maybe 6 or 7 hours on Saturday, but they work 10 hours a day, Monday through Friday, 6 or 7 hours on Saturday, and they're off on Sunday. And they really party, man. Mexicans can really party. And talking about work ethic in Mexico, Mexicans work hard. I mean, they work very hard. And what you got your 1% out there that don't work so hard, but these people work hard. I had my best friend from elementary school in Columbus, Ohio. His family moved to Arizona, and as he got older, he opened a he designed gardens and flowers for rich people in their front yards in Scottsdale, Arizona. He made good money, and he would not hire. He was white, blonde hair, blue eyes, and he would tell me, "I'm not hiring any white people because they're lazy." He says, "I only hire." His business was landscape architecture. He said, I only hire Mexicans. Mexicans work hard. Okay, so why am I talking about? Oh, I was talking about Mexico travel. Mexicans work so hard. When they get a day off, they party. So before you travel, before you plan anything, check this. First of all, don't do it on Sunday. And check the calendar to see if it's a holiday. Yeah, live stress-free. Live stress-free. We got 69 people in the house. We have 54 wonderful people that have clicked the like button. A couple of United States news things that I did want to bring out. I don't know. I was watching some United States news. It is really funny. And the state legislature in Tennessee, they put up a bill. I don't know if this bill passed or not, but they wanted to make it legal that first cousins could marry first cousins. This is in Tennessee. They put up a bill in the state legislature so that first cousins can marry first cousins. I didn't even know that they had laws like that. Well, whatever. I mean, you want to stay entertained, just watch some news in the United States. Also, a couple of I met these two Canadian women on the roof of my building. I was up there shooting intros, and they were both retired Canadian women, white women, of course. I've only met one black Canadian since I've been down here. But we're talking, and I asked them about Canadian gun laws. Well, can you guys have guns in Canada? And I guess you have to get a permit. Before you get the permit, you have to take a class, and then you have to renew the permit every 5 years. And if anyone says, well, that person's crazy, or that person, if your wife or your kids, one of your neighbors says, oh, no, they're crazy, they shouldn't have a gun. If somebody says you shouldn't have a gun, you can't get a gun. Okay. So we're talking about that. I had no clue. I didn't think you could have guns in Canada except for hunting. But then one of the ladies, she had been in Texas, like I guess on her way down here to Mexico, and she had been right on the border. And she says, yeah, we were right on the border, and we could see the people that were waiting to come across the border. And she said a large number of those people waiting to come into the United States to get across the border, many of them were blonde-haired, blue eyes Russians and Ukrainians. Ooh, that was I had no clue, because when they talk on the news, build a wall, keep these people out, they don't talk about Ukrainians and Russians. It's really interesting to talk from people from different countries, and I've learned a lot from Canadians since I have been here. But the Canadians are leaving now. It's a time of year when they just start disappearing. Let's see here. Oh, um, uh, I did encounter. I had a subscriber. They brought me a gift from the United States. They bought a product that is very hard for me to find down here, and so I went over to their place. And we had a great time there. They live here. They're so happy to be here in Mexico. I went over there during the week, and I'm telling you, man, people that move here, people that live here, they are so happy to be here. It's like a whole bunch of stress is just gone. It's just gone. But anyway, they give me my thingy, and I'm getting ready to leave. Now, these people, they're a couple, and she's 67 and he's like 73. They have a really nice apartment, very nice people. And I was on my way out. Oh, today is 420 day. What an appropriate story. So I'm on my way out, and they asked me, Bill, you want to get high? I'm thinking, what? Really? I couldn't believe it. Because again, I told you when I was in college, every day was 1040 day for me in college. But after that, now that I'm down here in Mexico, it's like, I don't even want to know people that could supply that whatever. So anyway, I said, and this is like 10 o'clock in the morning, and they live about 2 or 3 miles from where I live. And the cannabis down here is so good. You can do some, and it's not like when I was in college, man. This stuff that they have down here, so that's crazy. You do some of that, you just wiped out. I said, well, I said, no, thanks. Okay. And they said, well, you want to take a joint with you? I said, well, okay, that's fine. But they came out with this container. Oh, the container was like, how do you do this? I'm pointing the wrong way. They came out with this bowl, this Tupperware bowl. It was like this. It was like this round, like this, and it was about this tall, and it was filled with cannabis. And I tell you what, man, I've seen a lot of cannabis. I know what is quality stuff, and this was all buds. For you people that are 420 friendly, you know what a bud is. And if you got a Tupperware bowl filled with buds, and it was brownish green, and it smelled. They took the lid off, and it was like, woo, wow, just woo, So they did give me they had this thing wrapped up and gave it to me. But the way they found it, and I would love to tell you who this couple was, but I don't even know how we ended up talking about this. But they told me how they found their supplier. They were at a plaza somewhere in Mazatlan, and the lady, and if you saw these two people, you would think that they would have nothing to do with that kind of stuff. I mean, they're so prim and proper. Okay. And so she was walking around and she smelled something. She said, what's that? You smell like 420 stuff. And so she looked over at this guy. There's this guy in a wheelchair, and they started talking. I don't know how they were talking because he was a Mexican. But he must have spoken some English. And he said, like, oh, well, you want some? Okay. And ends up that he sells it. And he's in this plaza all day, every day in his wheelchair. And that's his income. That is his job. He sits in his wheelchair and sells 420 materials. Oh, just another lovely experience of living in Mexico. You never know what you're going to run into down here. Let me go back to comments. Let's see. Oh my. Let's see what I missed out on here. I'm backed up here. Let me scroll up some. Okay, here we go. Ray Garcia. Hearsay, Mary Jane, the world is dangerous. Oh, yeah. Don't worry about it. Yeah, you can get killed anywhere on the planet. Boycotting winter. Yep, do that. Verlaine, it cost me 1,400 Canadian for 4 years residency. So that's good. That's very good. 4 years residency, 1,400 Canadian. That's like 1,600 US dollars. That's very good. Lenora Wilson, Terry Don Marshall. I live in Baltimore. Oh, your neighbors. Your neighbors. Let's change cameras. Ray, what did you mean? Meditation method. Elaborate, please. Ray Garcia. Well, my meditation method is I just close my eyes, sit in a chair, sit there with my back straight. And my goal is to not think at all, with no thoughts at all, no words, no definitions. And I just throw all of my attention to my inner mind. And I do that when I walk. My walk takes like an hour. I try to do the same thing when I walk. And then at the end of the walk, then I come back. Then I'm all primed for a great meditation. When I get back to the crib and I can sit in the chair, close my eyes. And the minimum meditation time is 5 minutes. I find that usually I tell myself 5 minutes, but it always goes for a 20 minutes to 40 minutes. And it's like a drug, man. You do that. And so anyway, that is my meditation moment. Ms. Sam, I was never told not to flush the toilet paper. As a matter of fact, to one Airbnb I stayed at, they placed a sign that read, "Please flush the toilet paper." If it breaks, all that, right on with that. Dwayne, morning, Bill, and everyone. Jacqueline, visa fees will vary depending on where you live. Consulate fees are not consistent. Ditto with transportation to Mexico. And Dwayne hit that right on the head. And I forget her name, but what is her name? Marianne Grange, who with the Mexico relocation guide. She'll tell you that all the time. I subscribe to her newsletter, and she put out a newsletter like about 2 weeks ago, and it gave you the 2 cheapest cities in Mexico where you can get your visas. I forget what they were off the top of my head. I think one was La Paz, but yeah, it varies on financial solvency figures. Like in the United States, it's like this consulate in the United States. If you live like over here, I'm making this up, but if you live in Baltimore, then and you get your visa set up in Baltimore, you need to make $6,000 a month to live in Mexico. But if you live in West Virginia, then you only need like $50 a month to get into Mexico. So it varies. Now, Rudy Clemens, my main man, Ola Rudy, I hope you and Sheila are doing just fine. Johnny Williams, Buenos dias, Bill, Johnny from See It. Help me with that. Sit, Johnny. I have no clue what that means. T, very true. Okay, Steve. Good morning, Steve. Great to see you in the house. Rock Port Conch. Hey, Bill. Can you hit the caption button this week? What do you mean? I don't know what you mean. The caption button. Okay, now we got cut the toes. Cut the toes out of the shoes. Exiting America before the next inauguration is the goal. Okay. America is dangerously more risky for people of color in healthcare, with fetal mortality rates increasing. Yes. And that's a whole different story, the abortion situation in there. And and that's why it's so important to vote. This is a very important year to vote. Especially if you're a woman in the United States. We got to get out that vote. Got to get out that vote. We cannot let that crazy man in the White House. Let me check out my notes here. Let's see. If you look for trouble, it will find you. Black and missing in America is out of control. Yeah. Yep. Okay. If you're wearing expensive stuff in the States, you're likely to be a victim of robbery. So no difference in Mexico. Yeah. Yeah. Everywhere you go, just watch your back. Don't do stupid stuff. And I think that in the interview I just did on that I just published on Thursday with Savvy Jones, again, I'll be putting up. She has a new bed and breakfast, and I still have a few more I still have a few more. Wait a minute. Thank you, Ant-Man. My fees without leaving Mexico are looking at 20,000 pesos lawyer fees and consultant costs. Now that's okay. Without leaving Mexico, 20,000 pesos seems like a lot. I think that should only be about 7,000 pesos. Check that out. Be very careful. There was no AC in San Luis Potosi. Love the open air home concept. Traditional Mexican housing. It was so cool inside and hot outside. And that ECB, that was my experience in Chapala, Ajijic, as well as Guadalajara. And Dwayne, for the Whatever Bill Wants Fund. Thank you very much, Dwayne Bearfield. And Dwayne and I have a very strange experience because we met years ago. We must have met like about 12, 13 years ago. And I met his cousin, Valerie. And then I met him in Puerto Vallarta. And out of the blue, I find him, or he found me out of the blue. But Thank you so much for contributing to the channel. And I can buy some fruit and vegetables and some beer today. D-Day. Hi, Bill. Are you a permanent resident? Yes, I am. I am proud to say that I'm a permanent resident of Mexico. Yeah, man. I tell you, it's a very good feeling. I used to go back and forth every 180 days, and I think you can still do that. But and then right, a week before you have to leave and come back, leave and come back. So I missed a couple of dates I had to do, like crazy things to get back into the country. It feels so good to be a permanent resident. All my paperwork is good to go. Good looking out, Mr. Bill, on buying bus tickets in person. Yep, I buy my bus tickets in person. Johnny Williams. Thank you, Mr. Williams. I think it's probably Mr. Williams. You never know these days with names. Thank you very much. Miss Sam. I have a tendency to leave something everywhere I go. I leave stuff. Mexicans always return them to me. Mexicans are some of the most honest people I have ever met. Yeah, I went to, I'm going to take my laundry over here to Alejandra again. I go every week. And I was in there like a month ago. I gave her 200 pesos more than I should have. And I left her establishment. I got like a half block down the street. Here she comes, Bill. She calls me Memo. Memo, here, 200 pesos, like $10. Here, you gave me here, take this 200 pesos back. You gave me too much money. Now, they got as many criminals in Mexico as they do in the United States, right? When I first moved to Puerto Vallarta, I was in a place. It was like a mini bar. I mean, it was a taco shop. It was a taco shop. And I got some tacos, and so my bill was only like $3. Okay. And I didn't know my Mexico money too good, because Mexico money is weird. Look at all the coins are really different. All the, I'm just going to speak United States terms. You got a $2 bill, you got a $5 bill, you got a $10 bill, $20 bill, $50 bill. They're all green. Okay. In Mexico, they're all different colors and different sizes. United States, the $2 bill, the $5 bill, and the $100 bill, they're all green, and they all have the same width and height. In Mexico, all the money is different colors and different sizes. Whatever, right? And then all the coins are different sizes and colors. They got, so I'm in this place. I get like $3 worth of tacos, and I give this lady, my waitress, like 200 pesos, was like $10. I know I'm supposed to get like $7 in change in Mexico money. And for change, she came back with this funny money. There are coins. You move to Mexico, for change, they'll start giving you change that is like 10% of a peso. Okay. And it's the kind of change you'll never use it. You may as well just throw it the freak away. So this lady, for change, she brought me back like 20 of these little imitation coins. It was probably worth like 2 pesos, but there were 20 of them, because she thought I was too stupid to know that this money wasn't worth anything. Okay. I had to tell her, no, honey, you bring me my real change. Okay. So yeah, there are Mexicans that will take your money, just like people will take your money in the United States. Be careful wherever you go. Yes, super chat friends. All the super chat friends. Yes, very nice. Bill, did you experience mice and rats at Lake Chapala? In Lake Chapala, I lived in Chapala. Let me think about this. I never saw a rat or a mouse. But this was a somewhat new complex. The house was brand new. But in the house that I lived in, I never saw a mouse nor a rat. But we had a cat. So maybe that's what did it. Okay, Knight, great advice on checking national holidays. You are located, and Sunday is fun day. Jacqueline, 18% humidity in GDL. I live in Americana in a condo, and the sun is in this mofo is a hot mess. Yeah, girl. You're in the wrong spot because that is irregular. Where's the camera? Where you're living, that is an irregular experience. I've never lived. When I was in Guadalajara, it was never like that. But this house, where was I living? It was a 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom. The house was probably 40 years old, heavy cement construction, and it had trees over it also. So maybe that made a difference, but whatever you're living in, girl, you need to find a new spot. Miss Sam, I lived in Florida at an upscale 55 and over community, 98% white, and they would steal anything that is visible. That's funny. That's funny, yeah. A couple of times they would steal flowers delivered to me from my front door. Yeah. There are criminals of all colors. That's a whole different story. I remember I did an internship in Jersey City, New Jersey, and it was a 9-week internship. So an internship is like a job in the ghetto in Jersey City on the street called Jackson Avenue. It's like one of the worst neighborhoods in Jersey City. And I was teaching at a I'm just going to say it's a place for juvenile delinquents that weren't locked up. They would come to this school, which was actually an old brownstone, and they would go to school there. I was one of the teachers there, and then we lived in a brownstone in the ghetto. And the leader of our group, we had like 20 students from Dartmouth living in this house. Her name was Honey Kaplan. Honey Kaplan. She was a white lady. She was pretty cool, pretty good looking, but she had been a heroin addict and had kicked the habit. And she, along with managing us, she ran a methadone maintenance clinic. And for those of you that aren't familiar with methadone, methadone is what you give heroin addicts to help them kick the habit. I've never done methadone. I don't know what it's like. But anyway, so she invited me and my friend Frank to come visit her methadone maintenance clinic. And when you watch TV on drug addicts, I'm just saying, most of the time when you watch movies and you see drug addicts on TV or in a movie, almost all the time they're black people. I'm just saying that's the way it is, right? If they got a junkie on TV, usually on a police show, almost all the time they're black. Okay, I'm just saying. So I go to the methadone maintenance clinic, and you could see these people coming in, getting their methadone. It was like a doctor's office. I probably saw 30 people walk in and out of the methadone maintenance clinic. And all these people were white people. And they all looked normal. I mean, they look like just normal white people. Nice and clean clothes, clean hair, nice hairdos, looked like they were living nice, like out of a suburb or something like that. They were all junkies. They were all heroin addicts getting off heroin and switching over to methadone. You never know. And I think I'm responding to what Miss Sam said about, white people at the old folks' home stealing stuff. It's people are that. My motto is people are just people. Woo! And it's funny. It is funny. And Jacqueline saying thank you. We got talk going. It sounds Appalachian to me on kissing cousins. There you go. Yeah, man. Isn't that wild? Kissing, but we're kissing cousins. That's an Elvis song. We're kissing cousins, so that makes it all right. Okay. Yeah. That's pretty freaky, Elvis. List of products hard to find in your area, and if they can be found in New Orleans or Houston, let us know. Okie dokie. Not 420 friendly and no cigars. Vaccine free, cigarette free, no thanks. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Let's go on down here. Doc has just contributed to the channel. Thank you so much for helping me buy my coffee and my Continental toilet paper from Kleenex. Thank you so much. 1,088. Oh, Sheila, what's up, Sheila? She. What happening, girl? Hola, buenos dias, Bill. We are still in the States. Do you want? Oh, yeah. Oh, White Castles. Oh, you are just the best. I don't think you can bring him, she. I don't think they'll let you across the border with White Castle. If you and for those of you that don't know what she's talking about, Columbus, Ohio is the headquarters for White Castle's cheeseburgers. I love them. They're fantastic. And you could buy them at Costco in Guadalajara. Probably they must have them all over Mexico and Costco frozen. But the thing is, frozen just doesn't do it. They ain't fresh. You may as well leave it alone. So thank you anyway. I'm good. I'm good, girl. Thank you so much. Okay. Right on, Ms. Earthly. Jacqueline, good day. Rudy, want to speak with you guys. Please contact me, Bill. Bill has my info. We'll be visiting Mazatlan soon. Okay. Jacqueline, you have my email, and I have their email, and I have their phone number. They have a new phone number that they just gave me like a month ago. So probably this afternoon or first thing in the morning, Jacqueline, I will send you their phone number and their email address. Okay. Mr. Bill, do you have to? No. You don't have to give up anything. You can only add on to your United States citizenship. No one can take away your not United States citizenship except for Donald Trump if he becomes dictator in chief. Let's see who's this. Just signed up for Mexican. Oh, there you go. Free news. Yeah. She's good. And she has a complete inclusive program for $500 lifetime membership. That's a very useful thing to do. And you can find a link at the very bottom of the description below to sign up for that. Now, Axel, what is the best health insurance in Mexico that covers most illnesses. I found that health insurance, I used to have, I was paying almost $2,000 a month. No, $2,000 a year for health insurance. And I paid that, and it kept going 2,000 a year. It was going up every year. I had a $5,000 deductible, and I never used it. I mean, I got a $5,000 deductible, so that would cover a heart attack, maybe, or COVID was going around. If you got COVID, that was going to cost you and they took you into the hospital, start sticking tubes you and stuff like that. That was going to cost you like $60,000, or maybe it was 60,000 pesos. Yeah, it cost you like 10 grand. But I'm going to tell you, here's my health insurance philosophy today. Mexico healthcare is very inexpensive. I mean, if you get the flu, you need some drugs. The drugs are very inexpensive. I'm going to say cheap. Doctor visits at many pharmacies, they have doctors in these little rooms smaller than your smallest bedroom in a house. And you go in there and the doctor will check you all out like a regular doctor would. Like if you're going for a checkup, they've got the stethoscope. They stick that on you, and they got the little wooden stick. They stick it down your mouth, tell you to cough. They tell you to breathe. They stick a little thing in your ear, look in your ears, all that stuff. That's going to cost you 40 pesos for this guy to check you out. 40 pesos. That's $2. He's a doctor. In the United States, that's probably cost you like $5 million. Okay. And then if you need some drugs, let's say you have the flu, you got a cold or something. Oh, well, you got a cold. Here, take these drugs. And he gives you a prescription. You go into the pharmacy and get some really cheap drugs. Hell, I mean, if I break an arm, I think that's going to cost me like maybe $300, something like that. Dental care down here is ridiculously cheap. So I don't have any health insurance. Okay. I exercise, I eat well. I've been doing it for a long time. So if I get hit by a bus, if I have a heart attack, if I get some disease and I'm going to die in a week, I'm just going to die. I don't believe in death. I am eternal. I'm eternal. So if my body quits, then my eternal self will continue for billions of more years. I'm not going to worry about it. They say it's just like going from one room to another room. But I'm not going to go broke. The last time I checked out health insurance down here, it was going to cost me like $5,000 a year. I don't think so. I'm not paying it. That's just like paying for fear. So there. That's my theory. Jacqueline, Bill, can you recommend condominiums that are large with a view of the Mariner? Do you mean Marina? There are many. Let me think about that. If you met Marina, the Marina, there are quite a few. They're going to cost you, but there are many. Yes, there are many. Condominiums that are large. You can get for sure 2-bedroom, 3 bedrooms might be pushing it a bit. David, they must have some really bad ass rats here. I once saw a rat following a cat down the street. That's bad. That's what you call a bad ass rat. Funny money. Just check it out. Yeah, after you've seen enough money, you'll figure it out. Now, stereotypical media portraits, rarely truthful. Yeah, it's a yeah. Okay, now what's going on now? Skip this one. Let's come over to this camera. Light fingers. Someone liked my aloe. Yeah. In fact, there's a Canadian couple down the hall from where I live. It's not really a hallway. It's more like a sidewalk. They have plants. They have plants in front of their door. Okay. These beautiful, they have like 8 or 9 potted plants. Okay. And one day they had a little sign in front of their door. It says, please don't take the plants. And this is all white Canadians living up in here. Whatever. Okay, now I'm checking my list to make sure I got to everything today. The last thing I can see, I got 6. I got a couple of more things to talk about. First, I'm going to talk about the value of the peso. I mean, the value of the peso was strengthening. And last week, it got up to its highest value it had ever had in about 12 or 13 years. It was strong. It was cranking. But this week, for the last 3 days, the Mexico peso, the value has just been dropping like crazy. The value of the peso has been dropping more than the value of Donald Trump social media stock. And if you want to check out Donald Trump's social media stock, the sticker on Wall Street is DJT. Just go to Google and look up DJT stock and you can check out the value there. It's hilarious. It started at like $62 a share. Last week it went down to like 22. That's just funny. But the peso, the value, and if you go somewhere where you can look at the value of the peso over maybe a 2-week period, you can see it. It's just going up. And then like 3 days ago, it just like that. I'm hoping that the value of the peso continues to drop because then I pay less rent money. Now I'm going to say the last thing on my list. I'm just looking at my notes here. There's let's see. I'm looking at my list. Did I get everything? There's a young lady. We have a young lady that works. We have a little shop on the first floor in my building. And, they sell milk, Coca-Cola, candy bars, potato chips. They sell, Raid, to spray for bugs. They have pasta. They don't have a lot of stuff, but they got some stuff down. And they have this hot Mexican girl selling stuff down there. I mean, this girl is steamy. And her name is Cassandra. And I always speak Spanish to her. I'm one of the few people in my building that speak Spanish. So I'm down there talking to her. And she says, hey, could you get together with me and teach me conversational English? And, I thought about it. But I tell you what, making these videos actually does take up a lot of my time. And I could get together with her and do conversational English with her. But I made the decision. This girl is just too hot. I mean, she's hot. We be doing classes and, I don't even be thinking about one thing. I'm just not ready for that. No. So I just tell her no. In fact, I haven't even told her no yet, but I just know that I can't do it. I wonder if she's hitting on me. She might be hitting on me. I don't know. I'm not going to know because I don't want no headaches. I've had enough headaches. No more women right now for silly Billy. Okay, so folks, I'm all my notes are gone. Tomorrow I'm going to put up a video about Savvy Jones's bed and breakfast, located just a little drive from Chapala. It's a fabulous place, and she's going to talk about it. She's going to talk about the types of retreats and riders that will be going there to stay in her establishment. I do think that on Thursday, I'm going to put up a drug cartel video, see how that flies. And this is a big week for Donald Trump, especially with his he's got the prostitute trial this week. The Supreme Court meets on the 25th to talk about his immunity situation. And they say that Donald Trump has been going to the bathroom in court in his diapers, and it's stinking up the court so much that his own attorneys can't handle it. Woo! Woo! P-U! Woo! Doo-doo Donnie. Ha ha. So we got a lot. It's showtime all week on court. And for those people that are trying to stay informed about what's going on politically in the United States, I would strongly suggest you watch the Midas Touch. There are these 3 attorneys, and I mean, it's not like any news broadcast I have ever seen because it's all factual, right from court documents. And they put up about 5 broadcasts a day, but they're all 10-minute broadcasts, and it's all facts coming right from the courtroom, real courtroom documents, and it's called Midas Touch. You can find them at MidasTouch.com, or just go to YouTube and do a search for Midas Touch. These people are wonderful. The ABC, NBC, CBS, NPR don't touch these guys as far as real, true information. All right, folks. Well, we've been at it for almost 2 hours and 13 minutes. And my notes say that I'm at the end of the line. Oh, let me think here. Oh, yes. I'm looking. I'm at the end. My notes, and look at them. I got notes. I got 7 pages of notes that I went through here today. I got my new setup. I got a new camera set up. I don't have any notes. I don't have anything to say now. I can just be free. I might just go freelance for a little while. And my coffee is all kicked in. It's nice and cool here today. Canadians are gone. Nobody's at the pool. Yeah, it's all good. Mexico, and I tell you what, living in Mexico is truly just a good time. It's a good time all day, every day. Thanks, Brian. You enjoy the rest of the week. Oh, Brian Maiden. Here we go. I think I missed some comments. Man, I missed a bunch of. I missed a whole bunch of comments here. Oh, here we go. Jacqueline. Thank you, Bill. You the man. Thank you. Thank you, Jacqueline. Stereotypical media. Texas phone number. Timmy. I'll see you next week. Bill, have a great time. Thank you, Timmy. What's adios, senor? Jamie, are you buying up extra pesos this week, Bill? No. Matt, Bill, on another topic, my Oregon Ducks are moving to the Big Ten, and we play the Buckeyes this year. Game on, dude. Now that is so crazy. And for those of you that aren't football fans, some craziness. It's just crazy. I mean, the Big Ten, and anyone that subscribes to my channel knows I'm a big Ohio State Buckeye fan, but the Big Ten used to just be Midwest teams. Ohio State, Michigan, Minnesota, Pennsylvania, teams in the Midwest. But now you got teams like UCLA has joined the Big Ten. What, Oregon is joining the Big Ten? That's crazy. I mean, how do these colleges, how are they going to afford the airfare? But that's just big business. That's so crazy, but can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it, Matt. Okie dokie. I went to OSU. Me too. I went to OSU, but I went to the right one. Bill, another great weekend and week. See you next weekend, and peace and love to you all. Thank you very much, pretty boy. Ms. Sam, as a result of the weaker peso, my rent dropped. Yes. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about peso value go down, rent go down. That's what I'm talking about for real. Thanks, Brian. Enjoy the rest of the week. Yes. Tacos, yes. Viva Mexico, viva Mexico. Yay. Behave yourself and maintain your integrity. No headaches. Yeah. Yeah. All right, you guys. Well, okay. Well, I'm going to shut up, and I have no clue what I'll be. You are very welcome, Earthly. You're very welcome. And I think I'm getting ready to get the heck out of here. I think I'm getting ready to go pick up my laundry, do a little shopping, and chill out. All right. Now let me come back over here to comments. Turn off this message right here. And I'm getting ready to say adios, amigos. So you guys, thank you very much for joining me today. And if you're new here and you liked some of the content, click the subscribe button on the way out. Click the like button. If you're watching if you're watching the rebroadcast, the recorded version, and you want to donate to the channel, there's a donation link in the description below, and you can use Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or Discover Card, or even PayPal. I'm trying to think what's happening this week. I'm all out. I'm empty. The brain has gone dead. So that's it, folks. I'm Bill the Geek. Thank you so much for you guys for sharing this Saturday morning with me. Just thanks a lot. Thanks for your comments. Thanks for clicking the like button. Thanks for shooting me over a super sticker to help me pay my rent. I appreciate that very much. I'm Bill the Geek. I'm broadcasting live from Mazatlan, Mexico. This is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel, and we make videos about the joys of living in Mexico. So Adios, amigos, hasta luego, and que te vaya bien.